It's the Magic Gathering Strat Show. It's a show about a magic podcast. Hello, everybody. It's me, Brennon, your lovable host. Along with me, as always, are my two co-hosts, Sam. Say hello, Sam.
Hello, everybody. Sorry about that.
Puberty's a killer. And also, Dan.
Hej på er rackarungar.
All right. Swedish, the most romantic of all foreign languages.
Ja, så är det.
We've got PRE and sealed leagues and some decks, and we're going to talk this week about Pauper Classic Tuesday.
Det kommer att bli jätteroligt.
Whoa. Listen to that, man. All right, here's a breakdown of the show. We're going to talk about Standard Pauper. We're also going to talk about our weeks in review, which has a new standard brew Sam's been working on. And then we're going to go over the PTC, or PCT. I keep on calling it PTC, and I don't know why. Who knows? Who could possibly know such a thing? All right, let's get on with some Standard Pauper. What happened this week in Standard Pauper? In the SPDC this past Sunday, February 22nd, 10 players, 10 reporting, thank you very much. 3 rounds, Swiss Top 4 playoff. Let's take a look, hosted by the fabulous Dr. Chris Baker. In first place, surprising no one, is Red White Aggro. Second place is It Control by Beatnik Bobby. And rounding out the top 4, Boros Heroic. And our good buddy, R. Remedio, with his Mumra, the Ever-Living.
It's Gary's Cruise.
It's Gary's Cruise.
It's Gary's Cruise.
But hey, Roberto, you can name it whatever you want.
Big shout out to the Thundercats there, so that's completely fine.
Yeah. Gary's Cruise. Ho!
Excellent.
I knew it. Winner overview. Since we've gone over Red, White, Heroic so many times, I'm going to take a look at some slight differences this week in Is It Control. Beatnik Bobby. One thing to point out is he added a Bloodfire Mentor, which I found interesting. And if he listens, I would like to know if that made a big difference in the deck or not. Because if you think about it, Sigiled Starfish and Bloodfire Mentor, you have a scry, and then you have a loot right there. So you can kind of set up whether or not your loot's going to be good or not. I thought it was kind of cool. Anyway, lands, you have the Evolving Wilds, Radiant Fountain, Swiftwater Cliffs, but also over here in the spells, 4 Treasure Cruise, as you would expect. And your win conditions, the Flurry of Horns and Rise of Eagles. Also added in Barrage of Boulders, which I also find interesting, but it seems that if you can get the secondary effect, I believe Barrage stops the blocking, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
That's with the Giant.
Oh yeah, Benthic Giant, that's another good one. Because folks, let me tell you, hexproof in this format goes a long, long way.
He did defeat our media in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm. And that's shocking, but there you go. Once this deck gets rolling, seems pretty tough to beat. Let's take a look at an opening hand. Start off with an island, another island. And if anybody knows where the rest of this art is, please let me know, because I'm going to make up some of my own islands with that art if I can get full art of it. I love it.
It is very lovely, actually.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Swiftwater Cliffs. Looking pretty good so far. A Lightning Strike. Divination. There's the Barrage of Boulders. There it is. If you have a creature power 4 or greater that can't block. Awesome. And Ye Old Treasure Cruise. I don't think I have to ask my man Dan if he's keeping it or not.
This looks like the perfect hand, right? 3 lands, 4 spells.
Yes.
Aggro removal.
It's beautiful.
No, it's really good.
Yeah, turn 1 Swiftwater, turn 2 Island. You can Lightning Strike if you want to. Turn 3 Divination. Yeah.
And also, you don't have any of your clunky win conditions.
Right.
starting hand, which is exactly what you want. No Rise of Eagles, no Benthic Giant.
Yeah, those are a bummer to see in opening hand.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we look at the next 6, let's look at the curve. This is a weird curve. It's not a curve at all.
Wow.
It's a tower of power, and then outside are a little small city of high casting cost cards.
The thinking must be that you spend turn 4 casting 2 2-mana removal spells or casting a 3-mana spell.
Or
Yeah.
casting a cheap cruise, maybe,
Yeah.
in that 4
That's
slot.
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, could you imagine if Rise of Eagles and Flurry of Horns was Delve as well?
God.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that would be bonkers.
That would be ridiculous.
Wow, that is a lot of 2-drops. That is
It's
insane.
a lot of 2-drops.
So, I mean, you
So-
burn your 2s and your 3s, and it fuels your cruises. So I mean, yeah, that's a pretty decent build. I mean, I had thought that the Dr. Chris build of Is It Control had actually broken the format when it was still, more played. But I mean, I like this with the more creature backup. So
Yep, it's pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at the next 6 cards. First up, we have a Radiant Fountain. Don't know if you need more lands at this point, but it's good to have 2 life. There's a win con. Look at that. You're almost at your mana for your win con by the time you draw it. It's pretty impressive. And there you go, folks. Evolving Wild's going to fuel your treasure cruise. You're going to have to try to lose this one, I think. Swiftwater Cliffs, not too happy about that. Island, don't really need it at this point. But you do have Voyage's End as the 6th card. So, you have a little removal, a lot of draw, and one of your win cons. I think you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, we are flooding a bit at this point, but
We are.
we can draw 5 extra cards as well, so...
Exactly.
And scry one.
Right, so we can push past these. So, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. And if we got that Bloodfire Mentor, we could loot away some of these extra lands, too, which would have been awesome.
I mean, and when you look at it, you probably drew the Swiftwater and the Island off of the Divination.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that really does help. And you're drawing
true.
Voyages in the next turn, so...
None
Very,
of the
very
very
true.
answers yet, though.
That's true.
I mean, the deck only runs 1 Nullify, so...
And 2 Disdainfuls.
Yeah, 2 strokes, so...
But you are doing okay. All right. That was the runner-up in this week's SPDC. Let's talk about the week that was. Sam, how was your week?
Weeky.
Very
Just
week-like.
Week-ish. So, no announcements or anything this week. I do have a deck that we're going to talk about that I thought would be fun, at least to talk about as a shell of a deck.
You mean Sam's Total Rager?
Total Rager. Because I think when you look at Temur Battle Rage, even though it says Temur, we should just ignore that and just kind of think about it as being a Jeskai card like it should have been. And because, I mean, it's going to be the color combination I think that really can do the most good with it. Now, this is like 3 versions back at this point because I played around with it a little this afternoon already.
Hey, man, I need advance notice.
Well,
I can't put this show together on the fly.
I didn't want you to have to change the slideshow around. But I've already moved the numbers of spells around a little and the number of creatures around.
Right.
Just to make it a little more even. I can tell you it doesn't work good in Classic Pauper. So don't test it there. As I played against a guy playing, he just completely crushed me, and I can't even remember what he was playing because the game didn't go on that long. But he complained to me because I fired off 3 treasure cruises that game, which you don't have in the deck. And he was complaining about my draw, and I'm like, this is my standard Pauper deck. So in the spells, everybody should add 3 treasure cruises if they want to net deck this. Not that they should, because Brennon forgot to put them in. But I'm playing standard Pauper. Of course, I'm playing treasure cruise.
Right.
But the thought of the deck is just simply Prowess guys, Temur Battle Rage. It just seems like a match made in heaven, using like the tap instance to get blockers out of the way. And then your kind of your usual suspects, Dragon Mantle, God's Willing, to pump up some of the heroic creatures. But really, heroics in there more as kind of like a firebrand or a lightning rod to draw removal. Everybody will automatically kill a Skyguard. Everybody will automatically kill a Crusader. So, I mean, as I said, I thought I ended up making a couple cuts to a couple creatures and adding some Titan Strengths in because they're just incredibly good. Titan Strength along with the Battle Rage seems pretty strong. Oh yeah, I mean, just that alone triggers the Ferocious on any creature in the deck, and I mean that gives them trample, and you already have a 4/4 in play, except for even the Trailblazer is going to be a 4/4. So, yeah, that's really good. I mean, double strike. Oh, Hexproof. That's what the guy playing the Classic Pauper against me was playing. And he had the Wolf, the 3/1. Really? Yeah, I don't know what he was playing it. It was in like the Just for Fun room. Okay. So, he had the Wolf and he had Hopeful Eidolon on it. He had the Infernal Armor. He had like 2 Umbras on it or something. And I just conceded. I was like, I can't beat that. Not with standard cards. So, and I cut 2 lands because 22 is too much. The card's not high enough. I was going to ask you about that. I was like, that's a lot more lands than I ever see you put in a deck usually. Normally, like for an aggro deck, I like to skirt the line with 20 or 21, but with the Whirlwind Adepts, I thought it needed 1 more. But I mean, you're not powering those out, so it can be a little bit later. So I really want Disdainful Stroke to be better. Not Disdainful Stroke, Defiant Strike. The 1 casting cost +1/+0, draw a card. Mm-hmm. But I always just feel like it just doesn't quite do enough. All right. But that's it. And then the sideboard is kind of more of a hodgepodge. It probably needs strokes in it or nullifies. So another thought to do would be to cut 1 color, but I can't figure out, is red-blue better or red-white better with this type of build? Because you really want the gas to keep coming, and the cruises really help. And almost all of the good heroic creatures are white. Right. So, it's a thinker. It is. Dan knows the power of the big killer Trailblazer now, so as we all bear witness to. Yeah. Again, with no sacrifice effects. It's really hard to get rid of. It's next to impossible. What the guy in that last match Dan played, he burned a Lightning Strike and a Magma Spray on it just to get it off the board. That was insane.
And that was the second one of the Trailblazers. Wow. Because he couldn't get the first one because it was already too large.
Because at that point it was a 1/7? Yeah. So. All right. Well, again, folks, I will put the deck with Treasure Cruise in the show notes, and you can feel free to take a look at it. Evolve it as you wish. Let us know if you run it, if you make any changes. Roberto. If anybody decides they want to take a look at it. So, I guess let's talk to Mr. What? Real quick before we go on, I tried the Turbo Angler deck in Classic Pauper. I don't get it. It just seems kind of subpar. Am I doing something wrong? I mean, I always have really bad luck with self-mill decks, so like the first time I cast a mental note, I milled two treasure cruises into my yard.
Ouch.
And like,
But that's results-oriented thinking.
I know, like, I always have such bad luck, so I always try to avoid thinking that way, but like, and of course I was playing like elves, and he just like played his entire hand out in like 2 turns. So I was like, oh, well, even if I had a 5/5 for 1 mana right now, wouldn't do all that much good, so.
I think that says more about elves than about the Turbo Angler.
Right, elves is strong.
Probably.
But you know what is awesome against elves? Evan Carr's Justice.
In the board.
Yep.
He conceded he gave up the match after I conceded the first game. I've only played the 1 game with it right now. So, yeah, because he whipped me and then he conceded the match, so I blocked him. So, because that didn't seem right. I was like, come on, dude, you're obviously playing against some jank. You have an elf deck. What are you doing?
Well, I'll tell you one thing is I, as part of the Patreon, requested from Mr. Dan to play the Turbo Angler because I think that deck seems really neat and it's also shown some results, which I think is pretty crazy. So
it's got a couple 4-0s, so.
Yeah, I know. So Dan, how was your week?
I played Turbo Angler. It's coming tomorrow on the channel.
How did I know that?
2 matches. And one of them is against Mill, which was very interesting because I was milling myself and he was milling me. But,
that is crazy.
Yeah, getting milled with the Turbo Angler deck turned out to be pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, Delve becomes fantastic.
Yeah, that seems strong. Cool. So you'll probably be able to see that, folks, by the time this video goes up. So take a look. Any updates to Gary Cruz or any other standard Pauper decks that you've been playing around with?
I played Generator Delve by RR Medio. And he said like this crushes any aggro deck, but make sure you don't play against control. And I played it against control.
Ouch.
And then I played Red White Heroic then with Lagonna-Band Trailblazers.
Right.
And made like some really horrendous mistakes. But yeah, it still went quite well.
Well, cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I haven't watched that video yet. I saw it put up there, but I haven't had time to watch it.
Okay,
so,
see me make one of my worst mistakes ever.
Uh-oh. Well, Dan, with as much Magic as you play, it's bound to happen sometime.
Yeah, it's going to be less next week, and I'm not looking forward to that.
I feel so bad, man.
So I have to drop a word about Fan of History. On Monday, I'm releasing the best Fan of History episode ever, the one I've been looking forward to. It's 740s BC, and it's the arrival of the greatest of the Assyrian kings.
Sweet.
Everybody
go out there.
Sorry.
What was his name?
Tiglath-Pileser III.
Oh.
Hakula Alta Ashara or something in Sumerian. It's my trust is in the son of Ashara. And Ashara is the great temple of the god of war.
Yep.
But after that, I'm taking a 3-month break from doing Final History YouTube stuff. But we're still proceeding with the podcast.
Yep. Our podcast coming up soon. Well, my premiere on it.
Yes. But I'm keeping up with the Patreon rewards and milestone goals and stuff, so you know what you can expect from me even after March the 5th. But I had the preliminary meeting, and it looks really bad for me.
Oh, no.
Yes.
That's what you were saying on the video. You were like, I don't want to do this. This does not sound like fun.
No, it will be quite horrible. And I also will get to meet my wife every other weekend.
That really sucks.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yes.
Bad for you.
So something needs to change. But I'll whine about that every week.
Yes. All of us who whine about our jobs.
Back to
Dan will
Magic.
now join us. All right. Well, me? What do I have? Well, basically, I played Dr. Chris Baker this week in the league match, and I died. The past 3 matches I have lost, and each time my biggest losses come because of mass pump. Every single deck has beat me because of mass pump. Whether it's the War Flare or the, not Righteous Charge. What's that one? 2 and 2 white. Everything gets +2, +1 in lifelink or whatever.
It's not Righteous Charge?
Is it Righteous Charge?
I thought it was.
Is it? Okay, it might be. I didn't get the card, so I don't have it. Not a single person has cast Trumpet Blast, which I was a little surprised. That didn't come up more often, but yep, every time. Major losses.
What made you change from Celestia? Just wanted to try a new build out, or?
Yeah, I mean, I lost twice with Celestia, and I thought that maybe the hexproof, going the hexproof route would work, because I have 3 Nimbus Naiads and 2 Whirlwind Adepts, and I thought, if nothing else, I could put those Nimbus Naiads on just about anything, go over the top.
And that worked that one game. It seemed like you were on the right track.
Right. Oh no, it was. And if I had found like 1 encrust, I would have taken the match, or taken that particular game, gone to game 3, I think. Because what really killed me in that one was the the Scholar of Athreos.
Yeah.
The slow drain really got me.
Kept them right in the game the whole way through.
Yep. And so that was my if I could have gotten any of my encrusts, I think it would have been a different outcome.
Can I have
anyway,
Nimbus Naiads for my deck?
What's that?
Can I have your Nimbus Naiads for my deck?
Yeah, I have 4 Nessian Coursers and 3 Nimbus Naiads.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. And I thought, hey, what could be a better deck? Have a bunch of 5/5 flyers? This seems like a great idea.
I'm up to 11 cons lands at this point.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm only running 10 in my deck. Because I'm still running 5 colors.
Of course you are.
Of course.
But anyway, that's been my week as far as that is concerned. I did finish up, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but I finally got the last pieces of my Modern Infect deck in the mail, paper deck, and my Legacy Burn deck. Big shout out to a guy from Canada who sold me some really bargain priced Smash to Smithereens on eBay. Just like to give a quick shout out. I waited till the very last second to bid and won it, and I was quite pleased with my winning bid. So anyway, got the Smash to Smithereens. So that's kind of been my week in Magic.
Awesome.
But what I want everyone to do is try, like I say every week, try to get Standard Pauper played at your local store. Anywhere you can get it done, take pictures, videos, send up smoke signals, whatever you can do. I can help you, and in any way I can, I will promote the store, promote you. And at this point, even if you can get regular Pauper, any kind of Pauper matches, you let me know. Send some pictures. Even our listeners in the foreign countries, hey, pictures translate easily into English, so send them on over, and we'll talk about it. All right. Enough of that. Let's talk this week about Pauper Classic Tuesday. I'm going to go check real quick. We tape this show the night of the Pauper Classic Tuesday, so the results might not be there yet. Let's go take a look.
Should we explain what this is?
Oh, Pauper Classic Tuesday? Yeah, please. While I'm doing this, why don't one of you guys talk about what Pauper Classic Tuesday is?
Sam, you want to do it?
It's pretty much, it's on Gatherlink. It's pretty much the biggest free pre-event left out there. Tuesday nights, free to play, Pauper, classic Pauper, good old-fashioned, broken, do anything you want Pauper. This week, 36 players, but it looks like it's not done yet.
Nope, 36 players.
And we tried to figure out the top 8, but there's too many 3-1s, so there's going to be some tiebreakers.
Right,
we should be able to watch these people play the top 8 right now, I think.
They're probably playing right now.
Yeah, they would have to be. They haven't reported yet. Okay.
We could all watch Obsen play 5-color teachings.
Oh, that sounds like a snorefest.
He's the teachings master, and he likes to push the envelope, so...
Yeah, okay, Obsen is in control of the match. 20 minutes later, there's a Twisted Abomination.
He's actually winning with Sprout Swarm currently.
Oh my
Sprout Swarm?
Sprout Swarm, it's the slowest, most early win con in the history of winning, I think.
Oh yes. My.
I'll hit you for 1 and make another token. I'll hit you for 2 and make another token.
Elixir Immortality is probably the worst win condition.
Oh, God.
BDG P009 is playing against Pharaoh, and Uluguru is playing against Pujols the Destroyer. And the other two matches are done.
Uluru Guru?
Yeah, Uluru Guru.
Uluru Guru. I like that username. Full Horse Who Holds the Destroyer is pretty good too.
Full Holds the Destroyer.
How can he be 3-0 after 4 rounds?
Oh, it probably doesn't show ties, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, there it is. He's Polhos is playing Turbo Angler. Okay, I'm gonna watch this while we're recording.
Tell us how Turbo Angler goes.
I want to see somebody who knows what's going on with it play it, because
Sam has made up his mind after one half a match.
Yeah,
Turbo Angler's bad.
I'll tell you that Jeskai Sage is the real deal in Turbo Angler.
That was crazy.
At the end of my match against the mill deck, he cast Journey to Nowhere, and he just ignored my flip to Delver and went for the Jeskai Sage.
Folks, when that happens, things have changed.
Yeah, I think I attacked with 1/6/6 Jeskai Sage and then later with 2 5/5s.
That's insane. Seriously, that's crazy. Well, I guess for now, let's look at the top 8 for last week while we wait for live results.
Yeah, what a coincidence that it happens right now while we record, and it will be like this every week.
Yeah, I know. You can get your late-breaking information from us.
Super late.
We should also probably mention that we asked last episode what you guys wanted, and this was one of the requests that we should cover the Pauper Classic Tuesdays. So now we are!
But things can happen if you only ask.
And people want us to cover some of the dailies as well, and we will probably try to do that. Those are a little more... The information's a little more spread out, so that'll probably be something that we work on getting to.
I also feel that guys like Tom the Scud and other people kind of have a handle on.
Yeah, Tom
dailies.
Covers them comprehensively every week.
Yeah.
So if we do anything on the dailies, we might go, Affinity 160 tickets or whatever, we'll cover maybe some weird things that have went on, but it's not going to ever be as comprehensive as Tom.
Right. If you want the real deal, see him.
Yeah, follow Tom on Twitter. He posts good stuff.
Yes, he does.
Constantly.
Look at the double Turbo Anglers now in the match. Pujo's Destroyer is attacking with 2 5/5 Turbo Jeskai
Oh
Sages.
my gosh. 2 5/5 Sages.
Yeah. He removed all the creatures on the other side, making the Jeskai Sages being 5/5s.
Oh
That's
my
wonderful.
gosh. That's insane.
I never got him that big. I'm jealous. He's playing against what appears to be Boros Kitty,
Yes.
which... Oh, okay. Some goblins from a rebirth. Those aren't going to do too much. Clint
No,
Hawk.
that used to be a good card, but not in the world of Delve.
No, and that's one of the things that I was curious about is, we have Turbo Angler, which is a 5/5, but those monkeys are 4/4s with trample, yet they aren't seeing any play.
People try them in Stompy and then remove them.
They're just not good enough in green, I don't think. I mean,
No,
with
you have
green...
to-
Oh, good.
I think blue just got even better in Classic Pauper, and that's a real problem for the format. Blue has always been overwhelming in Classic Pauper, but now it's getting insane.
Yeah, I
he's
guess
cruising.
nothing's better at putting stuff in your yard, though, than
No.
blue and black.
It's crazy.
So he just went Angler into Delver.
Yeah, Delver is like your worst creature in the Turbo Angler deck.
That's crazy.
This is going to
So
go
here's
to
a journey
time.
to nowhere, and Delver is the last thing on his mind.
Oh, man. You got to love it when what is... Well, I guess they're kind of two mid-range decks, but Polhos only has a minute 59 left. So,
Oh, yeah. He could lose some time.
yeah, he could. Well, no, Guru is only at 6, so...
I wonder how good radio reporting on Pauper matches are. You can't see this, but it's amazing.
Yeah, here, no, look, you should have seen it. It was awesome.
This is radio, folks. We do it live.
All right, well, let's look at how the top 8 panned out last week. Maybe it will give some preview in the future. Number 1, PK23 was Izzet Control with Delvers and Muldrifters and Seagate Oracles. Oh my!
Or Cruises.
Oh yeah. If you're gonna run blue, you should run 4 cruises, powered out by Ponders and all the removals into the Royal. Huh? What do we have there? Kicker. Huh.
Pay for it, draw a card.
That's a lot like the old 2014 Izzet Control lists. It's not the newer Delver-like list that tries to kill you quickly. This is much more controlish.
Oh yeah. Huh.
I have to say something about PK23 now that we're talking about Gathering stuff. Mm-hmm. PK23 is like the gatekeeper at Gathering. I think he must be the player on Gathering with the most wins. If you play anything in Gathering, they have several other play run events. You will run into PK23. He plays them all. Mm-hmm. And he's doing it quite well. So when I played a lot of Gathering about a year ago, I kept now I'm 5-4 against PK23. You could update your PK23 score.
I actually remember that. And for the longest time, because they always when you go into your player profile, they list your biggest rival or something like that. Yeah. And for the longest time, he was mine.
Oh, wow.
I think he's everyone's greatest rival.
Because he plays all of the pre's that he can. And I mean, he seems always to be a really solid player. So he used to play in the Silver-Black pre.
That's cool.
Of course, anyone who's ever won anything at Gathering is infinite on PREs because no tournament costs anything and there's always prizes. But I think he must have made a killing on the player run event.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah.
One-Eyed Monster.
Yeah, number 2. One-Eyed Monster has the Cyclops.
It's the Muldrifter version of Delver Fiend.
Yep.
I never really understood
version
that.
of Devil Fiend?
Yeah.
I see. Muldrifter. And then you have just 2 Delvers.
Wow, I'm not seeing this one. It seems
He's
slower.
also ignoring Temur Battle Rage, which...
Yep. No.
if you're
Temur
going to
Battle
go
Rage.
more expensive, why don't you play Temur Battle Rage?
He doesn't have any of the
No double strike at all.
no double strike at all.
He just doesn't care.
Maybe he's trying to be more controlling.
Yeah. Flaring Pain, Firebolt. Yep. No double strike at all. And that's wow. Oh wait. 2 forests are actually 2 Temur Battle Rage.
Okay.
Gathering hasn't updated.
Bom 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 bom. Ew.
Yeah,
I
the
take it back.
guy who runs Gatherling doesn't actually play Magic anymore. So sometimes it takes him a little time to get around to updating the sets.
Yeah.
Because he's just completely cashed out of the whole game, but he still runs the website. So
Well, that's cool. At least he's still doing that. In the top 4, you have Bant, Turbo Fog. No creatures, all Jace's Erasure all the time.
This is the deck I played against with Turbo Angler.
Wait, but did he have Gush? I don't remember.
No, he
seeing
didn't.
Gush.
No, he didn't have Tolarian Winds either, but it's
No,
very close.
Yeah.
I love.
Oh, and there's another. Oh gosh, the other video maker on our site, German guy.
Tobias?
Tobias. He played modern version of this Turbo Fog deck.
Wow.
It's pretty funny listening to him because he was like the guy who would cast a spell, and Tobias would be like, "No, that is very naughty. You don't get to do that." Yeah, Tobias, I like that dude. If you're listening, Tobias, you're all right with me.
Yeah, Tobias is great.
Yeah.
A hot update here.
Okay, hot update.
Destroyer timed out with Turbo Angler, and Uluguru won and make it
wow.
semifinals.
Why is he running Bant Panorama over Terramorphic Expanse? I guess it taps for
for mana.
That makes sense.
That's why.
He's also running Pristine Talismans, so I guess that powers those out. The one
And
Curse
game
of the
life.
Bloody Tomb main deck, it seems like pretty good.
Yep.
That's a
Pretty
good
cool.
build. That's a good build of that. I might have to.
What's Rest for the Weary? I don't know this card. Gain 4 life. Gain 8.
Alpha Landfall.
Huh.
It's like an extra fog.
You sometimes see it against Burn. Inside.
Okay. It's sort of like Feed the Clan.
Yeah.
It's almost exactly like Feed the Clan. I think that was like gain 5 life. If you have Ferocious, gain 10.
Yes. And as he has no creatures, he has to play that instead.
Yep. Makes sense. Totally. And rounding out the top 4, we have
Let's dance it.
Bogles.
Dan, say it. Dan. Bogles. Say it. No.
Well, it's Slippery Bogle.
So slimy.
So slippery.
Makes me hate this card.
You don't want a Bogle coming at you.
No, you do not. But
What a varied metagame. It's like all kinds of decks.
it is. It's not like I don't think there's any. Are there any repeats? Let's go back and look in a second. I'm just going through the deck list here.
This is
Gleeful.
just hexproof.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
normal.
why-
Hexer. Oh, Savage Punch. That's cool.
I wonder why the insights.
What does Crewfix's Insight actually do?
Top 6. Put 3 enchantments into your hand.
Okay.
I guess that is pretty good for that extra mana.
Seems
That would
horribly
be-
slow.
It is pretty slow. You can get 3 enchantments.
I mean, at
look,
this deck,
Eye
it probably
Candy.
reads pay 3, draw 3 cards, though.
Right. Looks like the only thing that repeats is Delver Fiend.
2 Delver Fiend decks, yeah.
FLCL, Fooly Cooley. Playing Stompy. Garrux, Nettle, Quirion, Solana.
That's pretty close to the list of the Pauper Gauntlet.
Yeah. This looks real similar. 16 land, Scattershot, Gleeful, Prey Upon.
Mutagenic growth.
Yep, look at there.
Well, in a field with a lot of Isset. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'd rather take 2 damage than lose a creature.
Yeah.
Okay,
Main deck Scattershot Archer as well.
I don't think that's a bad call.
No, but there are no Delver decks in the top 8. That's weird.
That's true. But
maybe that's why.
You gotta anticipate that though.
Yeah.
But sure. And look at this. A Simic Madness deck. Sweet. Look at this. Rootwalla, Looter, Werebear, one of my favorite cards. I think they could bring Threshold back. Wild Mongrel, Arrogant Worm, love that card. Thought Courier, what's this?
It's
just another
Looter again.
Okay. It's the numbers 5 through 7 of Merfolk Looter. Careful Study, Circular Logic, always fun. Obsessive Search. Draw a card. Snap. Deep Analysis with the 3-mouthed weird thing. Is that a Sphinx, I guess?
It's a Mastercore.
Mastercore? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, pretty cool. That's look. And for burn, you have your brown scale.
Wow. That's actually not bad. Out of the board, I would guess.
This would make me mad.
Oh.
You lose to PK, and then you got to play him again.
Yeah. That's
you didn't even
for you.
pick up a game either.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh, I went 0-4 against PK.
Yeah. Join the club, am I right?
Yeah.
Not the Muldrifter Delver Fiend.
Look at this. Everybody's going 4 moles.
Is it just better?
No, I think it's way too slow. You're losing the strength of the deck.
I mean, I can't imagine that casting a 5 casting cost spell is something you really want to do.
Seems crazy.
You become a worse Isset control deck, I think.
Yeah, why don't you just...
play Accumulated Knowledges or something like that. Something instant speed.
Right.
Only 2 Delvers.
1 Artful Dodge. 1 Reckless Charge. Is this missing cards? Are the 2 planes really
cards.
Temur Battle Rages?
Let's look.
Yep,
Planes, Temur
okay.
Battle Rage. So I guess that's what everybody's doing.
Yep.
So.
Okay. Well, there we go.
What is that last deck? It looks the barest of cats.
It's got to be Boros Kitty.
Yeah, it's Uliguru, so it's the same. Yeah, it's Boros Kitty.
Boros Kitty. Yep.
Pretty straightforward build with the lootings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boros. All the way.
So, Obzan did not make top 4 with his 5-colored craziness.
One of the semifinals have started. It's Stompy versus Affinity.
That is a dead Frogmite. I wonder what killed that. Oh, Young Wolf?
They traded?
They must have. How Dan and I are both watching it. I should start it. Hey, Dan, how is it going? Stop, I'm recording.
That's funny. But that's last week's top 8. I like that. Look at that. It's a pretty varied field.
Yeah, very much so.
That's very cool. So anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this view into the Pauper Classic Tuesday.
If anybody at Gathering is listening, or anybody who is involved here, I really would like another Pauper tournament on Eurotimes. Because I played this tournament once, and my record is pretty good because I won it with Delver. But it ended at 8 a.m. in the morning when I won it. So I was playing from midnight to 8 a.m.
Oh my god.
That's totally wrecked my day afterwards. But it's a great tournament. It's I like this much better than the dailies, but
there's got to be plenty of Europeans wanting to play.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like, and I'm not really too sure, it feels like the Europeans that play online a bunch, they change their schedules around to try to adapt to when, like, the American things are going on. Yes. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but that's just what it seems like.
But they have to.
Yeah, like in my Sild week last week, the guy was just like, I'll get up at 5:30 to play you. And I'm like, okay, I guess. I mean, if you want to get up at 5:30 in the morning to play in a free Sild league, that's cool with me. So you didn't even ask if I would do anything. So
yeah, the guy I played against, gosh, I can't remember where he was from, but same thing. He said, "When can you play?" I said, "Well, I can either try to get up early on Saturday to play during your time." I said, "Or I can stay up late." He was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll get up at 6 or 5:30 or 6:30 or whatever it was in the morning and play you." I was like, "I'll be there. Just let me know."
I think the PREs are also getting a lot of South American players, and they are fine with the North American time schedule, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So they're rough for Europeans.
I find that, like, Brazil, they're, like, from where Brennon and I are, they're 2 hours ahead, so it's not too shocking.
Right.
But, of course, the European times are way, way off. But I find almost all of the South American players are from Brazil, it seems. Big ups to Brazil because they have a lot of really quality Magic players. So.
Oh, yes, they do.
Remedio.
We get a lot, yeah, Remedio.
We used to have a guy in Brazil who reported from local pauper tournaments.
Mm-hmm. He sure did.
We would very much like to have that again. So if any people from Brazil are listening, please tell me.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, if you are doing any kind of pauper tournament at your local store, whether it is in any of the Americas or anywhere in the world, let us know. Send us pictures and stuff. We'll put them up on the site. Heck, we'll talk about them on the show because it's such a unique thing that we don't get a lot of over here. We'd love to have more to say about it.
We did do a couple of Portuguese videos on the channel as well, and I would be happy to do that again if anybody wants to make videos in Portuguese.
Sounds fine to me too.
Carnus wins a duel in the semifinal.
Carnus, what's Carnus
Stompy.
playing?
Stompy. He stomped Affinity, and he has a really good, strong anti-artifact board. So he's probably going to come out swinging in the next game, too.
And Affinity is a pretty rough matchup for Stompy, so well done, Carnus.
BDGP is playing Turbo Angler versus Burrows Kitty. Guru is playing it, so he's running it back.
Yeah, Guru has to play against Turbo Angler all day.
Oh.
Okay, so this is fun. Maybe we'll watch Pauper Classic Tuesday and talk to you guys about it.
Yeah.
Right. But if you are in the Americas, then consider playing in this tournament because it's great.
Yeah, the value cannot be beat.
The expected value is at least very good.
Exactly.
Wow.
So
Obzin got wiped out. He must have lost in this top 8. He would have been paired to Guru?
Uluguru?
Or Karnas. Would he at the 2? Would he have been paired with 4?
Well, who are the two 5-0s? I don't see them. I only see Uluguru.
Here, scroll back up.
Uluru Guru.
Oh, no. Is he the only 5-0?
That doesn't make sense.
Well, because in the previous round, they were the two 4-0s.
There should only be one
No,
5-0 in a 32 people tournament. So that makes sense.
Okay. Oh, then,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, he's got to be the favorite to win. He just kicked something with first kicker.
Is that the Into the Royal?
Core Sanctifiers.
Oh, okay.
What did he destroy? What enchantment is...
This will be a horrible
blank?
podcast.
He destroyed his own
we're just talking about-
Icar Wellspring. That is tech.
I'm now watching both games.
To draw a card.
Yeah, to draw a card.
Interesting. All right, folks. Well, to find out the results of this week, tune in next week.
Tune in next week. We'll be like the newspaper. You'll get the news late.
You will. You have to wait till the morning. All right. Contact information. To find us on the web, MagicGatheringStrat.com. That is where we have our articles and lots of good things out there. YouTube, if you're watching this, you're already there. Please like and subscribe. Also, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/MagicGatheringStrat. We have all kinds of levels of patronage. If you want to, just contribute a couple of bucks a month. We'd really appreciate it. It helps us out, helps us bring you more content, which is what I know everybody really wants. And also more quality, higher quality content. If you want to follow us on, what's that?
We are actually $1 away from launching the Patreon-only play-run events. So,
wow.
Yeah, the next goal on the Patreon is to have, I think it's every 2 months, a tournament between the patrons.
Oh,
That's cool.
that is very awesome.
So we need more patrons.
So close, people. If you feel like supporting us, please do so. Twitter, you can follow us at MagicGathStrat. Follow me at Cerulean Says Hi. Hello. Sam is at SPO7677. Facebook, it's Magic Gathering Strat. And do not forget that we are also on iTunes. Go out there, everybody. If you like it, please leave a positive message. I would appreciate it. And that is all for this week for the Magic Gathering Strat Show. I am your host, Brennon.
And I'm Sam.
Och jag är den svenska killen.
And that was Dan. And this has been the Magic Gathering Strat Show.